Kai Renner had treated a lot of injuries in his time as a field medic, but he'd never expected to be called into an alien greenhouse at midnight with nothing but a flashlight and a box of gauze. The greenhouse, if you could even call it that, was a column of warm mist, lit by bioluminescent vines that pulsed like soft, pink heartbeats. Every plant in the room glowed faintly, each possessing some strange mineral, the Ilari species cultivated for medicine. What Kai didn't expect was to find her, Lyra. The young Ilari girl sat hunched over on a crystal bench, both legs tucked in, her silvery skin dimmer than usual. Her 4 fingers were gripping her calf, like she was trying to crush pain out of it. She looked up as he approached. The Ilari's eyes had depth, solid rings of color instead of pupils. Hers were bright violet, and right now they were full of panic. "You came," she said softly. Her voice chimed like someone striking a small glass bowl. "You sent an urgent alert," Kai replied, setting his gear down. "Said it was a medical emergency." "It is." She winced, rubbing her leg again. "It hurts." Kai blinked. "Okay, where?" She pointed to her lower leg, near where an Ilari's equivalent of tendons met the elongated muscles. Ilari legs were built for jumping. They had spring coil tissue that compressed like living hydraulics. Kai knelt beside her. "Did something hit you?" She shook her head, small white braids shifting. "Training. I overstrained the flexor coils. I cannot walk properly. And the healers are gone. They left for the storm cycle. So you called me?" Lyra lowered her head. "You said humans have experience with deep tissue repair." I remembered. Kai sighed, opening his medkit. "Deep tissue therapy, yeah. But that usually means massage or electrical stim. And we barely know Ilari anatomy." "I know," she murmured. "I trust you." That statement landed heavier than he expected. He rolled up his sleeves. "Okay, I'll try. Let me look." Lyra extended her leg. The Ilari didn't have knees like humans, more like a ball joint that could rotate 180 degrees without pain. Intricate silver lines glowed along her shin, part of the biometallic network embedded in her body from birth. Kai touched her calf cautiously. The skin was soft but cool, like smooth stone left in shade. Lyra tensed. "Too much?" Kai asked quickly. "No," she said. "Your hands are warm. It is strange." Kai took that as permission. "Tell me if anything feels sharp or wrong." He began slowly, pressing his thumbs into the muscle. The response was immediate. Lyra gasped, not in pain, but shock. What was that?" she whispered. Kai chuckled under his breath. "That's called breaking tension. Human muscles store stress like knotted ropes. I guess Ilari muscles do something similar. It feels like pressure releasing." She stared at her own leg like it was doing magic. "I have never felt this." Kai continued, working in small circles, pushing into the stiff cords that felt like compressed cables. Lyra trembled lightly. The glowing vines brightened, reflecting her shifting bioluminescence. Ilari bodies tended to glow stronger when experiencing sudden relief or strong emotion. He wasn't sure which was happening. "This part's tight," he murmured, moving to her Achilles-like tendon. She nodded, biting her lip. "Yes, that is where the jump coil starts. You really overworked it." "I wanted to improve my range," she said quietly. "The elders expect the young to participate in the next migration ascent. I must be able to leap the ridge." Kai paused, looking up at her. "You mean that 40-meter cliff?" "To you, it is impossible." She tilted her head, not teasing, just stating fact. "To us, it is right." Kai resumed massaging with care. "You'll make the jump. You do not know that." "I do," he said firmly. "Because you're stubborn." She gave a tiny laugh, another soft chime. Then a sudden spike in tension pulsed beneath his thumbs. like a spring recoiling. Lyra jerked and gasped again. Pain? Kai asked. No. Her eyes widened. Release. Keep going. He did, and slowly, the rigid tension melted. The bioluminescent lines on her leg brightened into crisp, silver white. Kai shifted to the other leg without asking. Lyra hesitated only a second before extending it. You trust easily, he remarked. No, she said simply. Only you. Kai blinked. Why me? She looked away. Because you speak to me like I am not fragile, or strange, or a child. I don't think you're any of those things. She lowered her voice. Most humans do. Kai kept working, sensing another knot. Honestly, most humans don't understand Ilari at all. You look delicate, but you jump like antelopes and survive storms that melt steel. And humans, she whispered, survive entire wars with no exoskins, no natural metal, no regeneration. Yet you keep going. You are strong in ways we do not understand. Kai snorted. Feels like most days we barely understand ourselves. When he pressed a deeper knot, Lyra inhaled sharply, clutching the bench. Too much? He asked again. No, but Kai. He glanced up. Her glow was brighter, not frantic, but emotional. This is comforting. Good, that means it's helping. No, I mean you are comforting. She swallowed. I called you because my leg hurt. But I also wanted to see you. Kai froze for half a beat, then resumed slowly. You could have just asked. She shook her head. I feared you would not come. Why wouldn't I? You are human. You have duties, friends. You do not owe time to an Ilari girl. Kai said nothing for a moment. His hands worked automatically now, guided by instinct more than technique. Then he said, Lyra, I came because you needed help. That's enough reason. She exhaled, long and soft. Her glow dimmed to a calmer shade. Minutes passed, with only the sound of Kai's hands working and the soft whisper of mist drifting through the greenhouse ceiling. Finally, Lyra flexed her leg experimentally. Her eyes widened. I can move it. It doesn't feel tight. Good sign, Kai said, leaning back. Let me check the tendon. But before he could finish, Lyra did something unexpected. She leaned forward and rested her forehead lightly against his. In Ilari culture, it was a gesture of gratitude, a deep one. Kai didn't move, letting her stay there until she pulled back. You helped me, she whispered. And more than that, you treated me like I mattered. You do matter, he said softly. Her glow brightened again. Then she stood wobbly, but standing. She tested a small hop, then another. Then, shockingly, a full jump that sent her 8 feet up, catching a branch before dropping gracefully. Kai almost dropped his medkit. Whoa, hey, don't overdo it. She laughed, hovering in a crouch. It does not hurt anymore, Kai. You fixed it. I eased the tension, that's all. Rest for a day. She landed in front of him. I will, but I want to give something in return. That's not necessary. It is our way, she insisted. Kai sighed. All right. What is it? Lyra stepped forward, stopped inches from him, and said, Come to the migration ascent. When I leap the ridge, I want you to be the one who sees me land. Kai blinked, surprised. You want me there? Yes. Her voice trembled with earnest hope. Because you helped me stand, and because, when I jumped earlier, the first thought I had was wishing you could see it. Kai felt warmth spread in his chest. Not embarrassment, not pressure. Something gentler. All right, he said. I'll be there. Lyra's entire body lit up like a silver lantern. She held out her hand. Kai took it, feeling her cool fingers wrap around his warm ones. The moment lasted longer than either expected. Then she said almost shyly, Kai, may I ask one more thing? Sure. Humans do not usually touch Ilari willingly. She looked at her healed leg, then at his hands. Would you teach me more of your healing techniques? Not just for pain, for understanding, for connection. Kai nodded slowly. Yeah, I can do that. Period. Lyra smiled, radiant, soft, hopeful. Then come back tomorrow. My coils will need another check. He raised an eyebrow. You're going to overstrain them on purpose, aren't you? She looked away. Perhaps. Lyra. Kai, she interrupted. I am Ilari. We leap toward what we want. And what do you want? He asked, before he could stop himself. Lyra's voice softened. You. Kai's heart stuttered, but before he could respond, a sudden alarm blared across the greenhouse, signaling the lightning storm cycle. Lyra stepped back reluctantly. You must go. Humans cannot stay for the storm. Kai grabbed his kit. I'll come back tomorrow. Promise. She nodded, glowing bright once more. As he reached the door, she called out. Kai? He turned. What happened tonight? It meant much to me. To me too, he said. Her glow flickered in a pattern he had learned meant joy. When Kai exited into the storm-lit night, he realized something. He had come to treat an injury. Instead, he had crossed the first step of a bridge between species, one built not of treaties or science, but of trust, and a simple human touch.